Welcome to the next episode. This is the Popcorn and Sidequests podcast with me, your host, Barry DeClerc, aka the movie guy. And this is finally season 2. I've been away for quite a while working on some other things, but the podcast is officially back. And this week we're gonna focus on Comic Con Cape Town. But before we get there, I just want to say thank you to you guys who are tuning in, listening, watching, and just enjoying geeking out with me. I'm glad you guys are once again here, and hopefully, we can grow this podcast and this audience. Comic Con Cape Town finally gave me the opportunity to interact with people, so you won't just hear my voice, but you will hear the voices of different people. And the best thing is, I got content for the next few weeks. I spent the last few days actually at Comic Con, just walking around, talking to people, getting their opinions on various stuff. This week, we're going to focus on Comic Con itself. And then after that, I have a couple of other episodes lined up as well. And yeah, this week, I won't really focus on movies in the traditional sense, as I just want Comic Con to be the main focus. And to be honest, I didn't actually get around to watching a lot of movies. It feels kind of weird that I haven't watched movies since I'm the movie guy. The last two movies that I watched were Spider-Man Far From Home, which I watched because of my MCU rewatch. I wanted to end Phase 3 before Comic-Con. And then I also watched the first Devil Wears Prada movie because I wanted to prepare myself and to just get to know these characters again before I go watch the second one, which I also haven't gotten to yet. Hopefully, I will get to watch it this week. What I can say about Spider-Man Far From Home, it's actually still one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. People complain that it has a lot of Tony tech or Iron Man tech, but I still think it's a very grounded Spider-Man story as Peter has to figure out a lot of things on his own. So yeah, and Mysterio is a fantastic villain. Jake Gyllenhaal just crushes it. The Devil Wears Prada, a great comedy. It's not really a rom-com, but a great comedy movie. And I'm really looking forward to the second one. I've seen the reviews, not the critic reviews, but the other reviews, and it looks great. So hopefully I get to go watch it this week. Also, I haven't spent much time watching TV. I've only watched The Boys and Daredevil Born Again, the latest episodes. I don't want to talk about those because maybe some of you haven't watched it yet and I don't want to share spoilers. What I can talk about is what I'm looking forward to watching this weekend, and that is Mortal Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat actually came up in a few conversations that I had at Comic Con because I replayed the trailer over and over and over again. And one of my friends really loves Carl Urban. I also love Carl Urban. I think he's phenomenal, and I also genuinely think he's a great choice for Johnny Cage. So I can't wait to see his take on the character. Mortal Kombat, the first one was really fantastic. I feel like they really are targeting the gamer audience more, and they aren't shy to, or rather, they aren't shying away from what makes the games great, which is these fantastical elements built into the story, built into each of these characters, how normal humans can take on what can be seen as literal gods. So, yeah, the movie hopefully will be amazing just as it looks in the trailer. So, yeah, my side quest for this week was actually Comic Con, and somehow it became the main quest. So, no other side quest for me except that I got to go to Comic Con and that I've been staying in this amazing hotel, one Tybolt hotel in the CBD, and it's just phenomenal. I have a great view of the city, great view of the Cape Town Harbor. I can actually see the CTICC from here, right where I'm sitting. So yeah, I can see people leaving Comic Con as this was still recorded while I was at Comic Con. So this is actually on day 3 of Comic Con. So I just wanted to do this so that I can edit it and just enjoy the week or rest this week. And for my popcorn poll, like I said, I got to interview some amazing people at Comic Con, people who have become my friends, people I hope I can call them my friends. Hopefully, they call me a friend as well. And yeah, they shared their opinions on what they liked about this Comic Con, what they expected, what was the highlights, and what they really want at the next Comic Con. So here they are. Give it a listen, and hopefully, we can have more of these kind of segments in future episodes.
What do you think of this year's Comic Con?
This is Comic Con, bigger than ever. I'll say that. I went last year for the first time, and this year, way more people. I gotta say that.
That's respect.
Yeah, I can imagine. But it's very nice. My back hurts, so guess it comes with age.
And my feet hurt.
Yeah. But I'm having a great time. You know, I'm here with my family. Shout out to you guys. And yeah, I get to meet you, of course.
It's nice to meet you as well. What stood out the most at this Comic Con?
What stood out? The amount of people.
The amount of people.
Because last year wasn't, like I said, last year wasn't that much people. It was a lot of people, but this year was like, wow.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And it was nice to see a lot more cosplayers.
Yeah.
You know, and then, the talents, I feel like the guest stars.
Yeah, they have a lot more this year.
That went up, which is very nice. And I feel like also the production went up.
Yeah, they definitely did better with the production. And what would you like to see at next year's Comic Con? Who and what?
I mean, I'm going to be biased. I'd like to see one of the Spider-Man actors, obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, or Tom Holland. You guys come here. Well, we'll get you a Gatsby on us. But obviously, and then in terms of TV side, I'd like to get, I mean, again, I'm going to be biased. I'm going to say Gabriel March, who played Harvey Specter in Suits.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be awesome. What do you say? Anyone from Suits? I love that show.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much show-wise. And then the comic book side, I'd love to get Todd McFarlane.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like
he's a legend too.
Yeah, you know. And also like Rob Liefeld, those guys.
Yeah. What about this Comic Con stood out for you?
So the one thing that I've definitely done a lot more this time, I feel like it's a lot of the activations because the amount of scavenger hunts that there were, the amount of escape rooms that I've done. I honestly have a bag, but I got 2 Fantas over here as well. So I think the activations were like the main standout for me at this time.
Okay, but which activation stood out the most?
It's definitely the Burger King one, because you are searching the entirety of this area for clues. There's one of Grogu that you have to find. Okay. There's a specific thing at the stand that you have to find.
Yeah, so you have to find someone with a Burger King.
Yeah, and I've had people actually ask me for assistance as well. That was the case, so it's wild.
Okay. And what do you think, or who or what do you want to see at Comic Con next year?
That's a tough fit though, because you know I'm a fan of Carl Urban.
Yeah.
I really want to see.
That makes 2 of us.
Yeah, I really want to see that man. I think I have told you the story about when I saw him filming Dread.
You told me.
Riding the motorcycle. I really want to meet that man.
Yeah.
That man is such a legendary actor. It would have been so awesome to actually see him.
And he's been in everything, Lord of the Rings, Marvel.
Yeah, and I really, that was one of the actors that I hope that would come because of Mortal Kombat appearing.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, he would have been promoting it, but he's promoting it all over the world. So it kind of makes sense that he's not here. Yeah. So yeah, I really wanted to actually see that man.
Okay.
Yeah.
What stood out for you about this Comic Con specifically?
I think what stood out for me here is the more games that you get to play around here.
Yeah.
So I've been playing around the whole time. I've been entertained.
Okay. What's the one thing that you actually want to have next year as well?
That I want to have next year.
Yeah.
Maybe
this year. That you also want to see come back.
Yeah.
It can be a person. It can be one of the activations.
I'd like to see like more merch to like the Has-Been Hotel side of things. So, yeah.
And okay, who do you want to see at Comic Con next year? Like a celebrity?
I would love to see Brandon Rogers.
How was this year's Comic Con for you?
So, in terms of Comic Con this year, Comic Con is really leveling up for me as a fellow board gamer. Those of you who don't know me, I love Catan. I teach Catan at these type of conventions, also at Festival of Games. Right out Comic Con Cape Town, if you look around, you see Catan has become quite a huge experience because now we can talk about the brand and show the expansion. So I definitely think, like a Pokemon, we evolved, and the Comic-Con Cape Town, it's just getting more and more better.
Yeah. So apart from the Catan and the board games, what else stood out for you?
What stood out for me, it's the different type of activations and activities, as well as the awesome cosplayers that we have around. Because I love how the people get in the character, because it just makes this fictional world real for us.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a fictional world to us.
It's a fictional world. Well, it's a fictional world to the people outside, but for me, it becomes real and really fantastic. I mean, whether you are a fighter from Mortal Kombat, a fighter from DBZ, or just a pirate from One Piece, everything over here is just so amazing.
Yeah, everyone's welcome.
Everyone's welcome. And then we have an awesome legend like this who actually covers the movies, that also adds an extra oomph to movie and content reviews.
Thank you for that. And what would you like, or who would you like to see next year? What and who?
If I could see anyone, it would be Hugh Jackman. I mean, I'm a Wolverine fan.
Definitely. One of my favorite actors.
Like, imagine if Comic-Con Cape Town could get their claws into his schedule. How awesome would that be?
Yeah. That would be awesome. Okay, yeah. And that's about it.
Thank you so much, Barry. It was always lovely talking to you. You're always a legend, and I follow you as always.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome.
Before I wrap up this week's episode, next week we'll be focusing on anime. Now, I don't watch a lot of anime. I know anime. I do enjoy some great animes, and last year I really actually got into anime, as it wasn't something that I watched on TV as a kid, so I kind of learned to love it as an adult. I wasn't exposed to Dragon Ball and Pokemon as most other people were, but I picked those up when I was getting older, and I love Pokemon. I love Dragon Ball. Digimon is still my favorite anime. And yeah, I got to talk to some people about anime and what they think about certain anime. So yeah, I'm excited to share that part. It's also people that I interviewed at Comic-Con. So yeah, I've been a movie guy, and I'll see you at the movies, because movies are awesome.